snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hi guys! So I am here today with my best friend Lauren, and we had a day up in London. We went to some comic book shops and we went to some bookshop shops, second-hand ones, and we got quite a lot of books in the second-hand bookshop. I'm going to put a link to the video that we've already filmed, which is the comic book haul, so if you guys want to check that out, I will put a link to that. We both bought quite a lot of comic books, and some of them are really interesting and exciting ones, so head on over and check that one out if you've not already. But now we're going to do our book haul, which we got them all from the same bookshop. We just found it, we weren't intending to go there, we just spotted it on the way, and it was awesome.
They had 5 from the same bookshop, and then my others were
yeah,
from
you got...
other.
Oh no, so did I. Okay, some of them we got from Forbidden Planet. Now I've realised I'm wrong. Some of these books we got from Forbidden Planet, but a lot of them we got from a second-hand bookshop that we found as well, which had an awesome fantasy and science fiction section, like way bigger than any other
bargain prices
one.
And student discount.
Student discount, bargain prices, cannot complain. So, yeah, we're going to show you guys one by one which books we got.
Smiler's Fair by Rebecca Levine, something like that. Levine. I've picked this up a few times in bookstores and read the back and had a little look at the pretty cover and thought about getting it and then haven't got it and then
I told you to get
then
it.
You told me you might as well get it because it's a really good book and it was in the charity shop and was really good price and I was like, yeah, why not?
And it's the hardback, which I don't have the hardback. I have the paperback because I was sent it by Hobbs, and so, yeah, the hardback is beautiful.
And this was after turning around and saying, I'm not buying any books in this shop, I have no money.
But she did.
But I bought it, so...
She bought a few, quite a few. So that one is awesome. It's about... Did I even tell you what it's about?
I vaguely know what it's about because I've read the blurb 10 different times, keep going into bookstores and picking it up.
I was like, maybe I didn't even tell you, I just told you to buy it. Probably
no, I've read the back a lot. I don't know why I've never bought it before. I've always been like, oh, that looks really good, and in not having any money with me, put it back. Yeah. That's the good thing about carrying very little cash or cards on you. You just can't buy this stuff.
No, but today we spent a lot.
Oh my god, so much money!
The next one that I got is Scarlet Tights, which is by David Hare. This one is the second one in the Moontide Quartet. I am planning to read Mage's Blood, which I had on one of my TBRs a while ago, but I didn't get further than 20% because other books got in the way. So I'm planning to read that this month. You guys will have seen it on my TBR video. So this one is the second one in that series. I know I'm going to enjoy the first one because I already enjoyed what I've read. So I'm hoping to get more into the series, and I wanted to pick this one up because I found it really cheap and I couldn't really resist. Plus, none of these books look like they're even slightly secondhand. They all look really new, even though they're not.
I've got one that's slightly
barely any of them have any issues
apart
or anything.
From that, it's
so
perfect.
Very excited to get on this one.
You'll go, I go, you'll go.
The Glass Book of the Dream Eaters by G.W. Dahlquist, maybe?
That is such a good book.
It's slightly spotted and all that, but it's pretty good condition for a pre-owned. And I just really liked this cover. It's sort of a sleeve that's put onto the front of it, and it just looked quite funky.
It's like a plastic sleeve with it printed on.
And then I read the blurb, and it looks really good.
I've seen this around in the paperback, and I really like the look of it, and I've not picked it up yet. And when you found that, I just wanted it so much because that hardback cover. In the flesh, it just looks so beautiful.
Book made of blue glass that contained your whole life if your desires and wants were dragged from you in a fearful process and preserved for others to savour and revel in. It's quite exciting. I quite like things about dreams and
that masquerade mask.
It's quite exciting.
Pretty,
so it was mainly the way it looked that drew me to this because glass books and it's sort of like a glass effect cover. But it's just a bonus that the book looks good as well.
Yeah, it's always good when the book cover looks good. It's an added bonus. I've got my stack on my lap. This is probably really flattering. Okay, this one I picked up. I've seen this around before. It is called The Bullet Catcher's Daughter. It's called The Bullet Catcher's Daughter. I think you read it around like that. I've seen this around on YouTube and on Amazon and places, but I've not actually seen it in the flesh until now. And we found it in Forbidden Planet. It's a signed edition, which is always very exciting. Very nice, little neat one. And it's by Angry Robot. They publish it, so I was quite excited to try this out because I do like Angry Robot. I think it is a steampunk, which is always exciting. It's about a lady who kind of leads this double life when she is herself sometimes and then she acts as her brother another time. And she's trying to solve a mystery about a disappearing aristocrat and machines and all sorts of things. So circus, a travelling circus comes into it, which is a major reason I picked it up.
Circuses.
Yeah, so I just love the cover. It's like made out of bullets and
What
this
does
coin
it say
purse.
on the palm?
On the what?
The fall of the gaslit empire. On there. Well, that's
I was like, what are you reading? I didn't even see that. Yeah.
Exciting. I just kind of want to high-five it.
It's just very pretty looking.
Because the hand.
But yeah, it looks really, really exciting, and it's not too long, but it's a steampunk, and I love steampunk, and I want to read more steampunk, so pick this one up.
The Singular and Extraordinary Mirror and Goliath by Ishbel B. I kind of picked this up because the cover was really pretty, and then Caitlin was like, oh yeah, I've got that. Pretty covers kind of draw me in, and then I have a little read, and it looked really good.
That was a steampunk, I think.
And I like that it's set in Victorian England. That's what you said earlier, actually, isn't it? We're very like...
We're basically the same
the same person, but like split to two bodies. It's really strange.
We basically are. Which is why whenever I recommend stuff to Lauren, she buys it.
I take it without any like questioning it. Oh, signature.
Yeah, I was quite tempted to pick up the second one in that series, even though I've not read the first, just because it was there and I was like, it's so pretty.
It's so pretty. It's
So,
read the second one,
I
wasn't
know,
it?
the second one looks really nice. I'll put a picture up so you guys can see. The last book before we go on to all my Robin Hobb ones. So the last one that I picked up that is not a Robin Hobb book is the fourth one in the Sword of Shadow series. This is by J.V. Jones. This one's called The Watcher of the Dead, or Watcher of the Dead. I adored the first one in this series. It's so massively underhyped. Like, not enough people have read this. I think she's just as good of a writer as George R.R. Martin, Patrick Rothfuss, and Robin Hobb. She is a fantastic writer, and no one reads this series, and I don't know why. But this one is the last one that's published at the moment. There are due to be 5 in the series, I think, but there's no release date for the 5th one. But I just loved the first one, so I wanted to get this one as well. And I found it really cheap, so I thought I would get it. So it's very much about like these nomadic type clan people and adventuring and a big epic quest and that sort of thing, and I really enjoyed the first one.
I haven't read any J.V. Jones.
Well, no, I've only read one of her books.
So it's The City of Hope and Despair by Ian Waits. Now, like, when the first book of it, like, in the series, which is The City of Hopes and Dreams, I think. Dreams and Nightmare. City of Dreams and Nightmare. I read that when it came out, like, in paperback in, like, 2010.
Yeah.
And because it was relatively new out, there were no other books out, and then I sort of forgot about ever looking for sequels, and now it turns out that there's this one and one other. And I quite enjoyed the first one, and I liked the idea. It's like 100 levels of this city, and it's quite funky, so I was like, oh, I'd like to read the second one, and it's signed. So I picked it up to continue the story.
My next one I picked up, this one I got in Forbidden Planet actually, The Willful Princess and the Piebald Prince. This is by Robin Hobb. It is a very short little novella. It's illustrated. There are some illustrations in this that are really, really beautiful. There's like this one, and then this one as well. Very, very pretty. So there's not like full illustrations throughout the whole book, but there are small pictures here and there. Like this one.
Oh, there's ponies at the bottom of the page, framing the number.
And I believe that this is just a short story that is sort of, I think it's set a long time before, a long time before the Chivalry Farseer. So it's a long time before the Fitz books, so it's sort of ancient. And it tells you about how the Piebalds became, which is a thing you'll know about if you read the books. Just basically a little story that we get referenced to a lot in the other Robin Hobb books, so I'm very excited to read this and very excited to own it because it is beautiful and cute, and I cannot wait to check it out. So I will be reading this very soon, I'm sure, probably as soon as I finish up all the other stuff by her.
Glass Thorns Touchstone from Melanie Rawn. And I kind of picked it up because it had a cute cover and there's a dragon on the front. I love dragons.
That's a nice one. I've never seen that.
And I basically started reading the back and it says, Caden Silversun is part elven, part fae and part human wizard, and that was like it, because I love anything that's elven, fae, wizardry, anything to do with that.
Sold.
But then I carried on reading it. Actually, it looks quite good. It's a playwright who infuses glass wands with the magic necessary for the rest of his troupe. So it just looks
Glass and magic.
Looks quite exciting, and it's really pretty cover.
Yeah, I love that cover.
It's like little spiders and a dragon, some stars. Oh look, bow and
Very
arrow.
beautiful.
So
you'll have to let me know how that one is.
I will
I've not
do.
actually heard of that one.
I think
before.
it's part of a series. There are a couple more to it as well. So
I don't think I've ever
give that
heard
one
of
a go.
Melanie Rawn. So
okay, well,
interesting.
shall we give it a go?
The next one that I picked up is Fool's Assassin. This one I found perfect condition, absolutely perfect, for £5
In hardback.
in the second-hand bookshop, and I nearly died. This was the first book I decided I was getting in there. When I saw it, I just needed it. It's stunning. It's the first one in the Fitz and the Fool series by Robin Hobb, and I will definitely be reading this sometime soon, like when I finish the Rainwell books, so I am very excited to own this. It's so beautiful. Jackie Morris designed the cover, and it's just so stunning, like the heraldry and the sparkles, and it's just beautiful, so I'm very happy to have the hardback. Very pretty.
Oh, it actually like stands out the writing.
Yeah, it's like calling Boston beautiful. Wonderful. So that one is very exciting.
Oh look, there's a little picture around the S. Sorry, I didn't notice that before. That's adorable.
It's very cute.
The Left Hand of God by Paul Hoffman. And it was really pretty, and I picked it up to have a look at it, glanced around, and Caitlin's like nodding at me to say, yeah, it's good. And so,
yeah. It's a strange one because it's quite different to a lot of other stuff I've read, but it's basically about this boy called Thomas Cale who lives in this pretty horrible lifestyle. Like, he lives at this academy, I think they're monks or something similar to that, like a religious sort of order, and all the boys there have never seen a girl or had any interaction outside of it, really. They're just disciplined very hard every day, and it's really odd because it talks a lot about religion, but it's not really promoting religion. It's kind of anti-religion in a way, because it's sort of talking about how depressing and horrible it can be for these boys, but it's more of an adventure story about Thomas. So he's in these horrible conditions, and then you see what he does to try and escape them, and I really enjoyed it. I've still got the third one to read, but
his name is Cale. They told him he could destroy the world. Maybe he will.
Exactly.
How exciting.
It's good. I really like the first and second, so I'm quite looking forward to the
Should
third.
we be giving that a
It's on
read?
there.
Sort of
Swirly.
Celtic design around it.
Very
it's very
beautiful.
funky.
The first one that I got is Robin Hobbs, book one of the Soldier Sun trilogy. This one is Shaman's Crossing, and I do not know very much about this series, but on the back there are some quotes from some people that I very much like. George R. R. Martin said, even better than the Assassin books, I didn't think that was possible. J.B. Jones said, wonderful by a writer at the height of her abilities. Didn't really need to know anything else, to be honest, because it's Robin Hobb, and I knew I would like it. I think it is about a soldier's son, just guessing. I don't really know any more about it, but I picked that one up. And then I also saw in the same shop number 3 in the series, which is Renegade's Magic. So it's in the same series, the Soldier Sun series by Robin Hobb. And I picked it up as well because I was like, might as well get them both.
Yeah, because it was the second-hand shop, so it was cheap.
It was, I mean, each of them was what, like £7, so not bad for a hardback at all. Nearly hit you in the head with it, sorry.
Absolutely.
I managed to save that then, but you could have fallen off then. It would have been disaster. But yeah, I picked up both of them together, and I cannot wait to read all of them. Just read everything by Hobb.
That haul at the second-hand bookshop was really good, actually.
Yeah.
You should check it out. It's just up the road from Leicester Square Tube.
Yeah, it's near Leicester Square in London. So those are all the books that I got. And now we're going to see Lauren's, because she's got a few more than I have.
The Killing Moon, book 1 of The Dream Blood by N.K. Jemisin.
Yep. I'll be
No,
a holder.
picked it up. It was a pretty book, and I know that the other series has had maybe less reception, but this one's meant to be quite good.
No, it's not had less reception.
No,
it's just
but
I didn't like it.
No, but from
This
what
one
I've
I've
read,
heard
this is
good things
better.
about.
So
Yeah,
exciting
this one is not her
times.
debut. This is one of her later series, and so we've heard good things about this one.
Yeah, no, I'd seen the other ones, but I didn't know she had this series out until I saw it in there.
She's just released, or just releasing a new one as well for another series.
Exciting.
So if you like this, there's a lot more, I'm sure.
So that could be quite good. Ancient City of Gujarat.
Gujarat.
But that one looked quite exciting. So.
And she always has
Oh
really
wow,
nice
The City
covers.
Burns Beneath the Dreaming Moon. Theft of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. And again, this was like, Caitlin was just like, you've got to read that book. So
Buy
I was
it,
just
read
like,
it,
I'll have a
it's
little
wonderful.
look.
the first
And
one
it
in the
looked-
Re-Area Revelations.
Read the back, it looked quite good.
But this is about Hadrian and Royce. And they are
combine
just
it.
like a really fun duo. Together they make up Re-Area, which is a thieving organisation, just the two of them, and they're like badass thieves who can accomplish anything and everything, and they're just fantastic characters, and you learn a lot more about them and who they are and stuff like that as you go further through, but it's a great series, so if you've not read it, I would highly recommend. Here you go.
Exciting times.
Go and read it.
Go and read it.
Go and
And
read
then
it. We've come to the
that
end.
is
So those are all of the books that we picked up from Forbidden Planet and the secondhand bookshop that we went to. We had a good day. We had lots of bookish fun, lots of bookish chatter, and we picked up some fabulous stuff. So I would love to hear if you guys have anything to say, good, bad, whatever, recommendations, then definitely let us know. And thank you all for watching, and we will see you all again soon in another video. Bye!
Bye. Sometimes. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I might keep them on up.
I think I've put them on the floor in piles and just keep disappearing. I feel like I'll drop them
Do it
otherwise.
however you want. That is fine with me.
Woohoo! Done.
Which, we got them all from the same bookshop.
Oh, yeah.
Under
Can see
my
it.
rat.
Under your rat.
Under my rat.
There's the rat.
Yeah, it's just chilling there. Next
Chilling.
to the goat, you know, in ballet shoes.
You have some random stuff. It's quite cute.
Both of those were bought by my uncle, who's
And then
got
all
some
the little-
strange taste. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff on the bookshelf. Lots of little things. Yeah, you're gonna have a little chat about the